you guys start off the game pretty well. You pick up a couple first downs and then punt, big play. You go down a couple scores early on the road. What was that just like about 5 minutes into the game, kind of realizing that you were in a little bit of a hole? Already?
Yeah, definitely. I remember coming off the field at one point and looking up, it was 14-0 quick, and I'm like, oh boy, like this ain't good. But like our coaches talk about all the time, sticking together even when things get hard. I thought it was a really good team effort that we stuck together. We didn't get frustrated. We didn't start pointing the finger at each other. We really kind of rallied around each other and were able to get some things going because we knew we could move the ball against them. We knew we could stop them on defense, and our whole team just kind of picked it up. Our defense locked them down. I think they had 80-something yards after the first two drives or whatever. Offense started rolling. Special teams, we blocked a punt for a safety. So it was really just a great team win. Everybody contributed. Everyone's sticking together and doing their part.
Has anything changed for you guys going from DeQuan at the beginning of the year to briefly Henry for a game and a half plus the bye week, and then going back to DeQuan maybe a little bit earlier than some people thought? But what was that like, kind of shifting back and forth between the two quarterbacks?
It wasn't too different. Obviously they're a little different in their styles of play. DeQuan's a little bit more of a runner. So some of the play calls, we tweaked a little bit just because depending on the quarterback we had in there. But we knew both quarterbacks are really good, starting caliber quarterbacks. So not a whole lot changed, And as a team too, we did a good job of not DeQuan goes down, not oh no, we knew Henry could step in and do a really good job, and he did. So really just kind of stepping up, whoever's in there, it doesn't matter. We're going to still play the same Miami football regardless of who's in there at quarterback or really any position. So, it wasn't too big of an adjustment. Obviously a little different, but just based on the kind of the plays we called, but I would say nothing too major.
Ryan, what's this year been like for you? You played on some special teams in the past, but you really found a real big role this season. Just what's that been like?
Yeah, so I came in as a walk-on for 4 years. I really didn't play much. Like you said, I played a little bit of special teams and a little bit on goal line packages here and there, but nothing too crazy. And I actually retired after last year, and I was going to be done, just move on and get a job. And then Coach Martin called me and said, we really think you should come back. We really think there's a big opportunity ahead for you. And I did, and I'm glad I did. And even when I retired or quit or whatever, I still knew I wanted to play football. And so obviously this year has been a blast, playing a lot, trying to help the team in whatever way I can. I was playing third down running back this week, which I've never, I haven't taken a snap at that since spring ball, so that was a little bit of an adjustment pregame going in. But, this year's been, kind of a dream come true. It's been a blast. I've enjoyed every second of it, and I'm looking forward to the rest of the year.
So. Tell us a little bit about Saturday and your role there and stepping up, when it was needed, how that developed.
So we had Kenny got hurt, Kenny Tracy. He got hurt during practice during the week, and we weren't exactly sure if he was going to be able to go. So he tried to go at the beginning, and I think he just I'm not sure what happened, but he ended up playing the rest of the game. And then pregame, Josh Ringer, who was the next man up, he got hurt in pregame warm-ups, rolled his ankle. So Coach Welsh came up to me, and he said, you're playing third down back today. So luckily, in our tight end room, we really pride ourselves on knowing, not just our job, but knowing what the whole offense is doing, knowing what the running back does on protections, what the left guard, where he's comboing to on run plays, what the quarterback's reads are. So Coach Welsh does an amazing job of really getting us ready to play whatever position and doing whatever job's needed. So it was really easy for me to be able to step in there. Just I've been coached so well to be able to do that, even though I necessarily haven't really done it. But just watching it on film, seeing it during practice, seeing other guys get reps at it. So it was I think just the preparation that the coaches kind of give us was easy for me to kind of step into a different role there.
So when Coach comes up to you and says that you're going to play third down, what's running through your head?
I was kind of happy because I got to play more because usually I'm not out there on third down a whole lot. So that was my first thought. But, I knew it was a big opportunity, role that needed to be filled for the team. And I was glad they, entrusted me to be able to do it. And, afterwards, I just started thinking in my head the different pressures they have, the different stuff, what we're going to check to, where I got to be at. So that was a lot on my mind, thinking about that pregame. But then when I got out there, it was pretty natural. Like I said, just from the coaching we've had, the coaches instill in us the different stuff, being prepared for, I've been watching tailback reps for 5 years now and never done it before, but I knew what I was doing when I stepped in there because of our coaching and being ready for it. So.
You feel like tight ends and that have a perspective where they they see the big picture pretty well and different parts of it, the meshing, the offensive line and the backfield and so forth, and the pass game
Yeah.
for that matter.
Definitely. At tight end, you do a lot of different jobs. You're blocking. Sometimes you're like an O-lineman. Sometimes you're split out receiver. Sometimes you're in the backfield. I mean, it really depends. You kind of do a lot of everything. It's really like the Swiss Army knife of the offense. You get to do a lot of different jobs, which is really fun. Like receiver, you're only catching the ball. O-line, you're only blocking. You get to do a little bit of everything. So it's really cool to be able to be in a position where you get to do a lot of different stuff. And like I've kind of said before, Coach Welsh, our tight end coach, he really embodies that. And like in our meetings, a lot of times we're talking more about the quarterback's reads on certain plays than we're talking about our job. Just because it's easier when you have a full understanding of kind of what's going on around you. It allows you to be able to do your job full speed and understand kind of where guys are going to be, where the O-line's working, different stuff like that. It really allows you to do your job better than just memorizing, hey, on this play, this is what I do. Instead of knowing the whole offense and kind of what everyone's doing, it kind of comes together like a puzzle.